Napoleon Bonaparte was born in 1769 on the small island of Corsica. His family was of minor nobility, but poverty-stricken, which shaped his early ambitions. At the age of 9, he was sent to a military academy in France, where he quickly distinguished himself. A voracious reader of history and military strategy, young Napoleon dreamed of glory and greatness. His formative years were marked by determination to overcome the social and financial constraints of his origins. The French Revolution presented the perfect stage for Napoleon to rise. His first major success came during the siege of Toulon, where his brilliant tactics earned him fame and promotion. Soon, he was leading the army of Italy, defeating far larger forces with innovative strategies. Napoleon's campaigns were marked by audacity and calculated risks, which made him a feared and respected commander. Later, his Egyptian expedition aimed to disrupt British trade and expand France's influence. But despite military setbacks, he cleverly spun the narrative as a victory. Upon returning to France, Napoleon staged a coup, seizing power and becoming first consul. He brought order to a chaotic nation, introducing reforms like the Napoleonic Code that reshaped France's legal and administrative systems. By 1804, he crowned himself emperor, signaling the peak of his ambition. His empire stretched across much of Europe with his Grande Armée as its backbone. Despite his dominance, enemies like Britain, Russia, and Austria formed coalitions to counter his growing power. One of Napoleon's greatest blunders was his invasion of Russia in 1812. The harsh winter and the scorched earth tactics of the Russians decimated his forces. This defeat marked the beginning of his decline. In 1814, facing a united Europe, Napoleon abdicated and was exiled to Elba. Yet his story did not end there. He escaped exile, returned to France, and ruled for 100 days, before his final defeat at the Battle of Waterloo. He was then exiled to the remote island of St. Helena, where he spent his remaining years in isolation, dying in 1821. Napoleon's character was as complex as his legacy. He was a charismatic leader with an indomitable will, capable of inspiring loyalty and fear in equal measure. His relentless ambition drove both his rise and his fall. Politically, he was a visionary, introducing reforms that laid the groundwork for modern legal systems. The Napoleonic Code remains one of his enduring contributions to governance. Psychologically, he was a blend of genius and hubris, a man who believed in his destiny above all else. While his insatiable quest for power ultimately led to his downfall, Napoleon's impact on history and the modern world is undeniable. His life is a tale of triumph and tragedy, a testament to the heights and limits of human ambition. Edward I of England, famously known as Edward Longshanks, was born in 1239. As the son of Henry III, he was groomed from a young age in the arts of war and politics. Edward was renowned for his courage and exceptional intelligence, traits that set him apart in history. In his youth, he played a critical role in quelling internal rebellions within England. His valor on the battlefield and natural leadership skills became evident early on. In 1270, Edward joined the Crusades, seeking to etch his name into history. During the Crusades, he displayed unparalleled bravery and military strategy. Upon returning to England in 1274, he ascended the throne as King of England. Edward ushered in a new era by initiating widespread legal reforms. He laid the foundation of England's modern judicial system and enacted groundbreaking laws. Edward sought to bring Wales under English control and launched extensive military campaigns. Through several battles, he subdued the Welsh and constructed formidable castles in their land. After conquering Wales, Edward turned his attention to Scotland. Earning the title Hammer of the Scots, he waged relentless wars against the Scots. In the Battle of Falkirk, he crushed the Scottish army led by William Wallace. Edward faced formidable enemies but managed to retain his kingdom's dominance. He also strengthened ties with France, solidifying England's international influence. As a shrewd politician, Edward expanded England's territories through both diplomacy and war. Through strategic marriages and alliances, he fortified England's position in Europe. At the same time, he focused on social and economic reforms within his realm. However, Edward's insatiable ambition often led to acts of tyranny. He imposed heavy taxes on his subjects to fund his endless wars. In 1307, Edward passed away, leaving behind a legacy of both triumph and controversy. Edward was a complex and resolute figure, combining courage with boundless ambition. Psychologically, he was a determined and goal-oriented leader with a relentless drive. He utilized his military and political acumen to consolidate power effectively. Edward viewed legal reforms as a means to maintain control over his kingdom. His political legacy, including the unification of Wales and England, left an enduring mark on history.